Yoink. Oh my god. I'm dying. I am not. But that is very much relevant for this video that I wanted to make today. Stay hydrated. Even though this is so far from being hydrated. Let me switch that up. Let me change that. Much better. So anyway, I know I haven't made a video in over 2 months, probably running on 3 now. I had a plan for another video that kind of goes over why, but that's not for today. Today, which is probably not the day that this video is coming out, February 22nd, 2026. Well, fuck, I hope it's this year. But, I mean, it's just February 22nd, yes. That is important. So, to get it started, this day on 2021, it was just, first of all, I was drunk. It's actually the last time, so that's cool. I mean, 5 years sober, you know, could be that, but that's not important. I don't care about that, but I mean, that's 5 years. I've been straight edge. For those who don't know, probably put up a definition. But on that fateful night, I had the worst headache. My sinuses were horrible. Well, what was another symptom? I really don't remember that much. I think I couldn't breathe. It was just a shitty fucking night. But I was hanging out with my friends. My boy's basement. Just chilling, drinking and shit. Average night when we were delinquents. So we were doing that. So I just had so much pain in my head. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna drive to the hospital. And I was a little buzzed, maybe drunk, so they told me, no, don't go because it's stupid, drunk driving. But I was like, it is terrible. Oh, ear infection, that's why my ear hurt as well. So I was like, dude, I need to get the fuck out. Like, it's not good. So it was the ear infection. I did have a headache, but I thought that was normal. Like just an average headache. But it was the ear infection, just wouldn't go away. So, like an idiot, drove drunk to the hospital. Got checked in. Yeah, doctor said, dude, it's bad. Like, it is bad. So basically, the local hospital said they had no idea what to do with. Couldn't deal with me at all. So they said, get the fuck out. So I ended up going to CHOP, or Children's Hospital, Philadelphia. Went there because that's where all my doctors were. They did a lot of testing, and by this time I was like, at that point, I was like pretty much a vegetable. There's like a piece of dust. That's why I did that. I was a vegetable. I couldn't even talk. Because it was just the infection just kept getting like further to my brain. So basically, I would just, any functions in my body just shut down. So sad, very sad, especially for like my family and friends, because like a brain infection is not necessarily good. Really? So yeah, it was very much like a if like They weren't sure if I was gonna survive it. I mean, as you could tell, did. So I'm thankful, you know, it's cool. But for weeks, maybe months, I couldn't even eat food. Like I had a tube, and then I had to eat like, what's the word? Puree diet was on that because I just couldn't chew. Then I eventually got to like real food. And I mean, hospital food, dude, I did not want to eat at all. Especially because I was like so picky. 1 second. So yeah, it was miserable. I will say there's moments that I do remember a lot. But I remember that one kid. It was almost like a roommate. Like we had the same room. And he was a cool kid. I don't know why he was there, but you know, being in the same, like having like a roommate, he was alright. And then one of my nurses, she liked the music that I had listened to. She was big in like pop punk and stuff. So when we were what was she? Oh, she was a physical therapist. She would like ask me like what songs we should listen to. So I'd always put up like pop punk at the time. It'll be like Knuckle Puck, Wonder Years, Neck Deep. And she loved all of them because she was more like All Time Low. I don't know, I might just be making that one up. But I know she was like 2010s, 2000s pop punk. And I liked the modern-ish type of it. So we got along really well with that. I think I left the hospital in May or April. So that's, let's see, 2.5, 3 months I think I was there. Or 2 months. I don't know when I got out of the hospital, but yeah, I was there for a long time. And then I didn't go back to school until, just next year. Which is funny because the doctors and nurses said I would never go back to college. And I did. And instead of taking an easy class like, God, what was that one class called? Student Success Seminar. I had to take that one because I didn't do it yet. Instead of taking an easy class like that, I took fucking psychology, which I've been getting really into lately. I took that because I had a D couple semesters or years before. Didn't do well on it, so I said I'd redo it. And just to prove them wrong, I got a fucking A in it. I think in 91, when they said I would never go back to college. I took basically the hardest class, aced it, flying colors. Not flying colors, because the 91 is 2 points above a B. But still, I didn't think I was gonna even get it. I thought like a C or B would be good enough. But to get an A, I was like, fuck you. Not really. But I was proud, you know. It was cool. And then, then I just got really interested in it because with a brain infection, it was just like memory is fucked. Trying to remember, well, Jesus Christ, it's showing. You could tell. And now I forget the topic that I was even trying to think of with it. Well, I guess the problems with the brain infection, that is one of them. And it's just like problem solving or just other things, it can just take me longer than it usually is. So there are definitely mental differences, you know. I am considered disabled. You know, it's weird. I did not like that because I was like, I want to be normal. I want to live a normal life. I don't want to be called disabled, because I feel like back then, even just 5 years ago, like being labeled as like a disabled person was just not good. Like it almost felt like like an insult or something, or just not good. Well, I guess that also goes to me and my friends back then. We were just, our sense of humor was so dark that disabled really had a different meaning to what it has now. Especially for all of us, especially with the way society's going. Like it's okay to be disabled, and it's almost nice. It's cool to embrace that. So yeah, I hated that at the time, which is kind of the reason why I chose the hardest subject to get back into college. Well, you know, I thought that. You know, I thought psychology would have been the hardest. And then I think either the next semester or the one after that, I took statistics. And I got humbled real quick. Like oh my God. Oh, I wanted to fucking hit my head against the wall so many times. Because it's statistics, I don't like it at all. I like math. But statistics doesn't feel like math. It feels like a different language with math. That doesn't make sense. So that, I just hated that. But like algebra, other math topic, I like that. But statistics are just not my thing. But like psychology and science, I do like it. Chemistry, not so much, which is what I'm taking now. And I wish I don't have to. So let me do a quick let me just do a quick side note on psychology. Let me just grab this one. I have one that's in the mail coming. I'll scoot my way back. I do have a book coming in the mail, but this is one that I haven't read yet. I wish it would focus. There we go. 2 essays on analytical psychology. Now, Carl Jung, he's like a really famous psychologist. I don't know what year. Oh, I want to say, I don't know if he was 1900s or 1800s. And then I have one from Sigmund Freud. Who else? Oh no, I was thinking. I'm cutting all of this out. So once the class was done, once I took that, I kind of was like, feel like I had enough. But then really I did not. Because I think another thing that is affected is communication, honestly. That, and I mean, I was always shy, like my whole life. And I mean, until recently, but I would still consider myself shy. I'm working on it though. And that's why, like, even though all of my psychological classes are done, which there's only one, I wanted to get more into it because I wanted to be less of, well, I guess people always call me turtle because I was slow. But I guess it was also in my shell. So that's another way to put it. I'll write that down somewhere. Because that's actually a good analogy, you know. Not only was I slow, still am, but I also like to stay in my shell and just be quiet. Especially like at parties, class, anywhere. So that's funny. But I wanted to kind of open up, you know, and just be someone that isn't just a weird, creepy, quiet kid. So I wanted to research more into social psychology. So that's when I got back into it. So instead of just watching YouTube videos, I would rather just get back into studying it. And over the past couple of months, I've really gotten into reading just anything. So, I mean, obviously, since Mom is the biggest Stephen King reader ever, kind of was forced to read some Stephen King. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, this makeshift tripod here, there's a book called Carrie. I think it's one of his first books. But this is like the first edition one. So this book is actually worth, I think the last time I checked it, a couple $100. Some could sell for $1,000, but I don't think anyone would actually pay $1,000 when I see it online. So I'm reading that, and then underneath that is another book that I did not read yet, by Arthur Schopenhauer, if that's how you pronounce it. I don't speak German. Little German in my blood, but I don't know that much. I only know like racetracks, like Hagen High, Nordschleife, North Loop. That's what it means. And then, you know, parts of that track, but that's as much German as I know. And Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Do you speak German? You know, I know some words. I know some Polish as well. This is such an off-topic thing I'm going on right now. But back to psychology, like now, present day. Instead of just watching these YouTube videos, I thought I would actually get into there's like the sources that they get it from. So a lot of the videos do have Carl Jung in it. One of them had Arthur Schopenhauer. And I have another one in the mail right now by Sigmund Freud, which is someone I was very familiar with in psychology class, high school and college. So I thought I would get into that. But it's funny, this all started with philosophy. Like classical philosophy with, you know, the greats that everyone knows of. Socrates, Plato, and of course Aristotle. It's kind of where it started. So that's kind of what I've been researching as of late. Wow. I always have one psychological book or philosophical. One of those two. I always have one of those and just another fun book to read. Like, so I always have two books, like, in tandem. One for education, one for pleasure. Because I really did get to appreciate reading, which is very different than who it was before the brain infection. So I guess that's another point to come across. What changed? A lot. Well, first, I believe the ear infection was in the right ear, but for some reason, I was weak, super weak on my left. Still am. Not super, but still weak. My reaction times are slow on my left. Dexterity, different, worse. So the left side is not as good as what it used to be. So that is a big thing. It's not that noticeable anymore, because, I mean, no one really knows, unless they just don't feel like saying it. No, because I've talked to, like, all the friends have made along the way, they never noticed. So that's cool. Like that's kind of only how it is physically, unless you count hearing as physical. I mean, yeah, I guess I'd call it that. So the left side took all of the damage, really, because, like, I mean, I do have hearing damage in my right, but I don't even wear hearing aids anymore, just because I don't feel like I need to. But, like, right never changed. But being deaf and just weak on my left, that is probably the main takeaway. What else? I don't know. And you want to know the funny thing about all of this? I'm left-handed, and I used to be like left dominant, especially with everything, like not just handwriting. This is so long-winded, but I feel like it covered mostly everything. But I'm not sure if I'll do a part 2 on this, because I'm pretty sure it should be like a half hour. But if you're still here, thanks for letting me talk for so long, even though I think a lot of it is nonsense or just so far off of what I was gonna do. But cool. Plans for this channel? I have no idea. So I'll think about that. I'm sure once I edit this, I'll probably have a good idea as to what I want to do next. But yeah, really have nothing else to say. So once again, thanks for sticking around. Cool. Stay hydrated, as I've kind of been killing myself with this soda. Don't worry, I do still have that water bottle. But yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.